with the Happy Homestead. Today I'm going to tell y'all about how to incubate eggs. And so the first thing we're going to do is we have roosters and hens in our hen house, and it is February and it is pretty muddy. So we're going to go into our eggs and we're going to pick the cleanest possible eggs that we can. And I'm going to get a selection. And you can see that some of those are kind of dirty. We're going to avoid the dirty ones because this is going to be going into a warm, moist environment. And that is grounds for breeding bacteria. So we don't want our babies to be hatching out in that. So we're going to get all of the clean ones, as clean as possible anyway. And we are going to get these set up in the incubator. And we will talk to y'all some more once we get to that step. Hey guys, so we've made it inside with our eggs, and I have my incubator on, and so these are fertilized eggs. One of the things I was going to tell you is you cannot just go to your local store and get eggs. They do have to be fertilized eggs. If you do not have access to those, you can talk to maybe your local farmers and ask them about getting fertilized eggs. So your eggs do have to be fertilized. And follow the instructions on your incubator always. Now I have added water to the bottom of mine because mine tells me to add 100 ml of water. And then I'm going to open it up. Now we did not have luck with a styrofoam one that was given to us. We attempted to hatch 2 babies out of those and it did not work. So this is our new incubator and it's very promising. I had 8 eggs total that went in last time. And 2 of those are no good, and I will teach you about how to look at your eggs and see if they're good or not good. 8 went in, 2 were no good, and out of my 6 that were good, there's my babies down there. 5 successfully hatched. So 2 days ago we just had all of those babies and they are doing wonderful. So this is my incubator and this is how it's set up. This is our hatching rack. And I will talk to you about when we move those down to our hatching rack. I have cleaned my incubator. Our net is going to go on top. Now this is an automatic egg turner. So this will go in on my little slots here. And I'm going to put that in there and I'm going to carefully place my eggs in there so that when I roll it, they will turn. And these may take some playing with to get them where they're supposed to be. And these all may not be fertilized. That's okay. We are going to come back on day 7 through 10. And we will get this room dark and we are going to take a flashlight and we are going to look at each egg and I will show you if they're not fertilized, if they have been fertilized and stopped developing, and then the ones that have good signs of development. So we're going to close this up and I'm going to leave it alone until day 7 to 10. It's going to heat up to the recommended settings for my incubator, and they will develop. They will stay in there every few days. I will add water. The water is creating an environment for the eggshells to soften as they grow, and that will allow the chicks to be able to burst out with no problem. And we talked a little bit about picking clean eggs and dirty eggs. One of the reasons why you want clean eggs is because you don't want breeding grounds for bacteria to grow in there. But you also, if you don't have a choice and you get eggs and you think, well, these are dirty, I'll just wash them. It is not advised to wash your eggs. The eggs are made with a protective coat from the mother, and it is really recommended not to wash that coating off. So we're going to come back between 7 and 10 days, and we're going to look at those, and we'll give you an update at that point and show you how they're coming along. Okay, this is day 10 on our eggs. So what we're going to do, we're in a completely dark room, and I have a flashlight, and I'm going to open up my incubator, and I want to show you. I took a peek at these earlier, so I kind of know which ones are good and which ones are not. Now I want to show you on our eggs the way that you can candle them and look to see which egg is good and which eggs are not. So we're going to just start with this one. And looking at this egg, the first thing we want to notice is this little circle at the top. Now that is good, and you can see that baby moving actually. There's good veining in there. This is a good egg, so we will call this our winner egg. Our next egg that we're going to look at, like I said, I cheated. This one is also a winner too. There's good veining in there. We've got this little bubble type thing at the top. I'm not exactly sure what that's called, but you can see good veining in this egg. That little black spot is actually the chick that's developing. Now this egg here, you're going to see it glow up. And you can tell on this one that there's a spot in there, and it looks like there's little bits of red, but not much to that at all. This glowing egg is a quitter, what we call a quitter. It looked like it began to develop, and for whatever reason it stopped. And the telltale sign here is it's glowing. It's very, very different from the other ones that we've looked at. So this is a quitter. It started developing, and for whatever reason, it was a fertilized egg, but for whatever reason, it stopped. Now the rest of our eggs are also good eggs. You can see good veining in there. There's movement in the egg. That baby chick is moving as well. I wanted to wait until day 10. I actually checked these on day 7. Some were a little questionable at that day. So I wanted to wait until we could get a good, solid answer on our eggs. So that one is a yes. That one is a winner. You can really see these green colored ones good. You can really see that veining, that baby in there is very active. This is a winner, winner. Here's another one of the green colored shells. You can see that awesome veining in there. The baby is active in there. There's no question about that. That is a winner egg. This is also a winner. There's good veining in there. I see movement. I can see that black spot. That's the baby. This is also a good egg. This one is also a good egg. There's good veining right there. Now, these are a little bit harder to tell just because of the color of the shell. it kind of blends in with the red veining, but there is good red veining right there. And there's a dark spot over there I can see where the baby chick is. This is also a good egg. And here's another one that shows up real good with the veining. Beautiful baby. Very active. You can see it moving. Awesome veining. These are so cool to look at because that shell is so light in color. The red really contrasts with that light colored shell, and it's so easy to see. Beautiful baby. That one's also a winner. So to compare that one to the quitter, it's very easy to tell. See how it's glowing? Very easy to tell. So out of our 9 eggs, we have 1 no and 8 yeses. We are going to come back and check on those in a few more days, and then we're going to watch those babies hatch out. Hey guys, I want to catch y'all up quickly where we're at on our chicken eggs. So today is day 18, and we've had some events happen between last time we recorded and today. So let me catch y'all up on those. So we've had a lot of company in and out of our home since we recorded last. And most of those have been kids. We've shown the kids some of our eggs. And somewhere in between some of the visits, one of our eggs got cracked. So I come in and I didn't realize it. So I come in last night. We kept getting this awful smell. We could not realize where it was coming from right when we walked in our door, which our laundry room is beside our door. I come in last night to check the water in the bottom of our incubator and noticed it was kind of cloudy. So when I opened it up, the smell hit me and realized that's where the smell has been coming from. So the good news is, thankfully, it was not our good egg. It was the egg that did not have a chick in it. So it was not a good egg. And I got all that cleaned up and quickly and got them put back in. And the egg that it stuck to, you're going to see when I start moving these down to my hatching rack, because that's what we're doing today on day 18, that one of them still has a bunch of nastiness on it, but from it cracking. So I just left that alone. I candled the baby to see if the chick was still moving, and it was. It has a little nick on that shell. I'm not sure how that happened, but it did not go through the membrane. And like I said, the baby was still moving, so we're going to leave it alone. So that's where we are. We had 9 eggs. We knew that one of them was not good. And somewhere in between all of our visits and kids being in and out, one of those eggs got cracked. Thankfully, it was not the good egg. So now I'm going to turn this camera around and get it on our incubator. And we're going to move our eggs from the automatic egg turner down to the hatching rack. Today's day 18. I'm going to make sure, which I just put water in there last night, but I'm going to make sure that there's plenty enough water, because once I move these down, I will not touch them again. They will be left completely undisturbed until they hatch. So like I've mentioned to y'all before, always follow the instructions of your incubator. So mine tells me on day 18 I'm going to move my eggs down to my hatching rack. So we're going to open this up, and you can tell that my eggs went from 9 to 8, and here's my egg that is yucky. Not sure if you can see that, but it is nasty. There's the nick, but the membrane is not broke, and the baby looked okay, so we're going to leave it alone. So in order to move these down, I'm going to gently pick these up and set them to the side. I'm going to take my egg turner out, and the rack that it sits on to slide between these, I'm going to take that out. And here is what is my hatching rack. So now my eggs will go down here. There's plenty enough water still in the bottom, so now I'm going to set my eggs down here on the hatching rack. We're going to cover it back up, and it will stay undisturbed until hatching day, which is day 21. So we will turn this camera back on at that point, and we'll watch our babies hatch out. Okay, y'all, so we have hatched out one baby chick that's already in there. You can see it back there. And we have a few more with holes in their shells. So we're going to leave this on and see if we can hatch out those babies. Okay, so I turned my video camera off because I was scared that I was going to lose battery. So I've just been watching really close to see if I could just come back in here and turn it back on when an egg was about to hatch. And this one is just about to hatch. So we're going to leave it on now and see if we can catch this one coming out of its shell. It just hatched, y'all. It just hatched. It just hatched. Number 2. It's here. Here it is. We have some very excited little kiddos that we have our second baby out of there. We have a few more. There's one back there with a crack in its shell. There's one right here with a crack in its shell. tail back there. So we'll have more babies coming soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video of watching incubation from start to finish. And happy homesteading, y'all.